Good morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching Janata Television and this is the English Bulletin with me, Sushant Dhakal. The top stories first. PM Oli admitted to TUTH, stage set for his kidney transplant for the second time. Government postpones Sagarmatha Samvad amid coronavirus fears, says the dialogue will be held when situation improves. Nepali nationals evacuated from China test negative for coronavirus. All 175 returnees released from quarantine. Coronavirus becoming a global threat, death toll tops 3,000. And global sport heavily disrupted by coronavirus casts doubt over the upcoming Tokyo Olympics. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has been admitted to Maharajganj-based TU Teaching Hospital for his kidney transplant for the second time. The Prime Minister, who is scheduled to undergo operation tomorrow, has been kept under observation after being admitted to the hospital yesterday. Before leaving for the hospital, PM Oli said in a video message that he would return to work with more energy and self-confidence after his kidney transplant. He said he will not disappear by leaving the dreams of prosperity that are slowly growing.
मेरो सिङ्गो जीवन कुनै न कुनै किसिमको सङ्घर्षमा बित्दै आएको छ। कहिले निरङ्कुशता विरुद्ध लोकतन्त्रका लागि सङ्घर्ष, कहिले राष्ट्रिय हित तथा स्वाभिमानका लागि सङ्घर्ष, त कहिले देशमा स्थायित्व नचाहने र हुन नदिनेहरूसँगको सङ्घर्ष। मुलुकमा व्याप्त यस प्रकार विविध समस्याहरूसँग निरन्तर जुझ्ने क्रममा शरीरभित्र सृजित रोगसँग लड्न म बाध्य हुन पुगेको यहाँहरू सबैलाई जानकारी नै छ। यसै सन्दर्भमा आजभन्दा झन्डै 12 वर्ष अघि मेरा दुवै मृगौलाले काम गर्न छोडेपछि 64 साउनमा पहिलो पटक मृगौला प्रत्यारोपण गराएको थिएँ। त्यसबेला हाम्रो देश नेपालमा मृगौला प्रत्यारोपणको सुविधा थिएन। पर्सि फागुन 21 गते बुधबार फेरि मैले मृगौला प्रत्यारोपण गराउँदैछु। त्यसको चिकित्सकीय तयारीका लागि म आजै त्रिभुवन विश्वविद्यालय शिक्षण अस्पताल महाराजगञ्जमा भर्ना हुँदैछु। विज्ञान, आधुनिक प्रविधि, ज्ञान र सिपले मृगौला प्रत्यारोपण अहिले पहिले जस्तो जटिल मानिँदैन। यस पटकको मृगौला प्रत्यारोपण त्यसैले पनि तुलनात्मक रूपमा सजिलो हुने मैले विश्वास लिएको छु। त्यसमाथि आफ्नै मुलुकमा आफ्नै देशका अनुभवी चिकित्सकहरूद्वारा प्रत्यारोपण गराउने सुविधा प्राप्त हुँदा म गर्व गर्छु र अत्यन्तै खुसी पनि छु। भनिन्छ नि, आशाको दियो बलिरह्यो भने शान्ति, प्रेम र विश्वासको जग मजबुत तुल्याउन सकिन्छ। कुनै समय मूर्छित रहेका हाम्रा सपनालाई हामी सबै मिलेर जगायौँ। त्यसलाई बिउताउनका लागि गत निर्वाचनमा मेरो नेतृत्वको वरिपरि तपाईँहरू सबैले आफूलाई उभ्याउनु भयो। यस वर्षलाई हामीले समृद्धिको आरम्भ वर्ष भनेका छौँ। जसरी खेलको बीचमा राम्रो खेलाडीले मैदान छोड्दैन, त्यसै गरी हाम्रा भर्खर जागृत हुँदै गरेका सपनालाई बीचमा अलपत्र पारेर म पनि अलप हुन्न। संसारमा कोही पनि अजम्मरी छैन। मेरो यो सङ्कल्प पनि अजम्मरी बन्न होइन, हाम्रा जागृत हुँदै गरेका सपनालाई साकार पार्नका लागि हो भन्ने यहाँहरूले बुझ्नु नै भएको छ। म पुनः एकपटक आग्रह गर्दछु, मेरो स्वास्थ्यलाई लिएर यहाँहरू ढुक्क रहनुहोस्। हामीले देखेको समृद्ध नेपाल, सुखी नेपालीको राष्ट्रिय आकाङ्क्षा पुरा गर्न केही दिनको अस्पताल बसाइ र आरामपछि थप ऊर्जा र आत्मविश्वास लिएर म काममा फर्कनेछु। यसबीचमा सरकारका तर्फबाट गर्नुपर्ने सबै काम नियमित रूपमा अघि बढ्नेछन्। विश्वलाई नै पिरोलिरहेको कोरोना भाइरसका कारण सिर्जित भएको नयाँ समस्या होस् वा भइपरि आउने कुनै पनि विषय, त्यसलाई प्रभावकारी ढङ्गले कार्यान्वयन गर्न परेको समयमा आवश्यक निर्णय लिन सक्ने संयन्त्र र अन्य व्यवस्था मिलाएको छु। मेरो अस्पताल बसाइको समयमा पार्टी र संसद दुवैतिर आवश्यक कार्य सम्पादन गर्न जिम्मेवार नेता, कार्यकर्ता, सांसदहरू र लाखौँ पार्टी सदस्यहरू निरन्तर क्रियाशील हुनेमा म विश्वस्त छु। मेरो शीघ्र स्वास्थ्य लाभको कामना गर्नुहुने स्वदेश तथा विदेशमा रहनुभएका सम्पूर्ण मित्रहरूमा हार्दिक धन्यवाद ज्ञापन गर्न चाहन्छु। धन्यवाद।
A six-member team led by urologist Dr. Prem Rajgyawali will conduct the kidney transplant of PM Modi. Meanwhile, Chief of the Manmohan Vascular and Transplant Center, cardiologist Dr. Arun Sayami, shared that an angiography of the Prime Minister's heart showed no complications, giving a go-ahead for the imminent transplant. This will be the second time that he will be undergoing a kidney transplant 12 years after the first one was carried out in India. The government has postponed Sagarmatha Samvad slated for April 2nd to 4 due to the threat of coronavirus. Minister for Foreign Affairs Pradeep Gyawali said during a press meet organized at the ministry that the global dialogue to deliberate on climate change issues has been deferred after the World Health Organization expressed concerns regarding the spread of the deadly virus in South Asia. Government authorities said they are now planning to host the event in August if the situation normalizes by then. But it largely depends on how the situation unfolds. Gyawali said that they had received confirmation from 10 high-level political delegations for participation in the event and dozens of prominent think tanks and research institutions around the world. Foreign Minister Gyawali also issued a travel advisory to all citizens of Nepal not to travel to China and other countries affected by coronavirus unless absolutely necessary. The government has also urged the Nepali nationals not to resume their studies in those countries for the time being. The Nepali nationals evacuated from China's Hubei province more than 2 weeks ago have been tested negative for the coronavirus. The government had rescued a total of 175 of its citizens, mostly students, from coronavirus-affected areas of China on February 16. The China returnees were kept at a quarantine facility in Kharipati, Bhaktapur for 16 days before their release yesterday. The government decided to release them after they tested negative for the second time in 2 weeks, informed Vikas Devkota, spokesperson at the Ministry of Health and Population. They were tested for the deadly virus, which has claimed over 3,000 lives globally soon after their arrival from China. However, all of them tested negative. Altogether, 185 Nepalis living in China had requested to return home amid fears of coronavirus outbreak. However, 6 of them were barred by Chinese authorities due to high temperature, while 4 others voluntarily decided to stay back. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back. After the break, we continue with other national news. Officials at Tribhuvan International Airport have stopped issuing the visitors pass that allows visitors access to the airport. General Manager of the airport, Devendra Kesey, made such announcement saying that the pass will not be available until further notice. Kesey further stated that such arrangements had to be made to make sure that the airport was prepared to combat the coronavirus issues. The airport authorities have also asked everyone to come to the airport only if they absolutely need to be there. They also urged those who come to pick up or see off their friends and family members to wear masks. The airport officials informed that the rules have been set to prevent the spread of the coronavirus in Nepal, as the World Health Organization has kept Nepal in the high-risk zone. The Supreme Court has issued an order to the government to make necessary arrangements to stop the spread of coronavirus. Advocate Purna Rajbansi filed a writ petition at the Apex Court demanding the government take necessary steps to stop coronavirus from spreading in Nepal. Justice Tej Bahadur Kesey issued the interim order to the government after hearing the writ petition. The Supreme Court has ordered the government to make all necessary arrangements to stop any potential spread of the coronavirus in Nepal. A high-level coordination committee under the leadership of Defense Minister Ishwar Pokhrel was recently formed to tackle any issues related to coronavirus. And now the news from the economic front. Nepal Rashtra Bank yesterday issued treasury bills worth 3.13 billion rupees. The central bank released the treasury bill for a total of 91 days. The Treasury bill will mature on 2nd of June 2020. Treasury bill is a short-term bond used to generate money for the government. This bill can be issued for a maximum of 1 year, during which the government has to find a source to pay back the money. An individual can also request for a loan from banks and financial institutions with the bill certificate as collateral. All classes of banks as well as individuals can make a bid for the Treasury bill. The highest bidder will get the highest priority, while the TJ bills will be equally distributed among bidders until the ceiling of 3.13 billion rupees is reached. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back, and now the international news. The death toll from the new coronavirus epidemic surpassed 3,000 yesterday as more people died in China, Iran and the US, while Europe raised its state of alert. According to AFP, the virus has now infected more than 89,000, spread to over 60 countries and threatens to cause global economic slowdown after first emerging in China late last year. With fears of a pandemic on the rise, the World Health Organization has urged all countries to stock up on critical care ventilators to treat patients with severe symptoms. The virus has raised fears for the world economy, with the OECD lowering its global growth forecast by half a point to 2.4%, the worst performance since 2008 crisis. China's economy has ground to a halt, with a large swaths of country under quarantine or measures to restrict travel. Other countries have started to enact their own draconian containment measures, including banning arrivals from virus-hit nations, locking down towns, urging citizens to stay home, and suspending major events such as football matches and trade fairs. The execution of 4 men convicted of the brutal gang rape and murder of a student on a New Delhi bus in 2012 was indefinitely postponed by a court yesterday. The special court last month ruled the men to be hanged today, but postponed the execution after one of them filed a mercy plea, the last remedy for death row convicts in India, to the president. The execution has been deferred till further notice, AFP quoted the defense lawyer AP Singh as saying outside the court in the capital. 6 people, 5 men and 1 juvenile, were charged with the attack on Jyoti Singh in a case that made headlines around the world and triggered massive nationwide protests. One of the men, the suspected ringleader, allegedly committed suicide in his prison cell, while 4 others were convicted in 2013. The juvenile was released after spending 3 years in a detention center. The Supreme Court upheld death sentences against the 4 men in 2017, and since then, the execution have been struck in a legal quagmire. The hangings were initially due to be carried in January, but were postponed because some of men still had legal options to appeal. Monday's deferment was the third by the court. You are watching a Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. The coronavirus is disrupting sports around the world, with the Moto Grand Prix in Qatar and Thailand postponed, AFP reported. According to the French news agency, a host of football matches have been put off to a later date, and there are concerns surrounding the Tokyo Olympics later this year. The virus has already cast a long shadow over the start of the MotoGP season, with this Sunday's curtain-raising Qatar MotoGP called off, followed by the March 22 race in Thailand. One of the early races in the Formula One season, the Shanghai Grand Prix on April 19, has already been postponed, although organizers say the season opening race in Australia on March 15 will go ahead as planned. Olympic chiefs are meeting on Tuesday and Wednesday in Lausanne to discuss the impact of the virus on preparations for the Summer Games in Tokyo. They are also considering the unthinkable, scrapping world sports global showpiece for the first time during peace. The virus has killed more than 3,000 people worldwide, mainly in China, and its effects are being felt across the global economy. New Zealand pranced to a 2-0 series whitewash and number 2 in the Test rankings as they comprehensively defeated a hapless Indian side. On the third morning of the Test, New Zealand needed just the 2 men to bowl India out for 124 and chasing 132. New Zealand side never looked in any doubt. Openers Tom Latham and Tom Blundell both scored 50s before they got out, only for Ross Taylor and Henry Nicholls to take the Kiwis through the final stretch. They won the match by 7 wickets in the third day to complete the whitewash. Indian batting looked wanting all throughout the Test, and man of the match Kyle Jamieson took full advantage with his disciplined pace bowling. Team Saudi took the Man of the Series award. India had earlier won the T20I series but have failed to win any of the 3 ODIs or the 2 Test matches. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin and the headlines once again. PM Oli admitted to TUTH, stays set for his kidney transplant for the second time. Government postpones Sagarmatha Sambad amid coronavirus fears, says the dialogue will be held when situation improves. Nepali nationals evacuated from China test negative for coronavirus. All 175 returnees released from quarantine yesterday. Coronavirus becoming a global threat, death toll tops 3,000. And global sport heavily disrupted by coronavirus casts doubt over the upcoming Tokyo Olympics. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.